All right, guys, welcome to the Biracial Brothers podcast. I'm your co-host, Chris Davis. Be sure to hit us up on Instagram, Facebook, and be sure to hit that subscribe button here.
Please.
Yeah. So, without further ado, it's my brother, Lee Davis. What's going on?
How's it going?
Pretty good. And this is my half white, half black, half brother, Boogie. What's going on, Boo?
I like that. What's going on? What it is, what it ain't.
What it's going to be, man.
It's gonna be a good little episode.
Yeah, dude, I'm excited for this one. We decided to do an episode on serial killers.
Yes.
Because, it's still Halloween time, and with our Halloween stories, paranormal activities, that went pretty well.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we figured we'd keep freaking you the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because you may or may not believe in ghosts and paranormal stuff, but there's about 2,000 active serial killers in the U.S. right now.
Like, that is real. That is a real thing.
Those are facts. So you can look at that how you want. I would say lock your doors.
Please.
Find you somebody to sleep with.
Find you somebody to sleep with. Dude.
That you can trust.
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of go and say, so what do you think makes people fascinated with serial killers?
They want to be one.
Speaking to the microphone a little bit.
They want to be one.
Yeah, because, like, how many times have you been pissed off? You're like, I'm going to kill everybody here. You know what I mean? I'm going to kill this motherfucker. I'm going to fuck you up, this and that, whatever. But it's like, you got logic not to do it. You got sense not to do it. You know what I mean? So I can see it, but I know not to do it.
Never. I've never wanted to just murder everybody. Angle your chair a little bit so you're at least looking somewhat so that people can see your beautiful face there. We got some good audio though. So you're saying people want to actually be a serial killer? Like there's something dark. There's a little piece of darkness.
Maybe not want to be a serial killer, but like
they can see themselves being one.
Just blow up in this one moment. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like your boss pissed you off. You had a bad day at work. I'm gonna kill everybody here. Fuck it. Or like even when you're in school, you get bullied on. You're like, the motherfuckers that do come to school and kill everybody.
Right, yeah,
you know
some Columbine type shit.
Yeah, so it's like people do have those thoughts. It's just most people got logic and sense not to do
not
it.
to actually snap.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to go to jail for that shit.
Dude, I was watching a Netflix show like last year, maybe earlier this year. It was last year. And the show was like describing these serial killers. And every one of them was like, he was alone in his room watching serial killers. And I was like, oh shit, that's me. Like I'm watching the serial killers. Like, what the fuck? Yeah. It freaked me out.
And that's crazy because you're Aquarius, and Aquarius is top 4 of like most serial killers. So
yeah, I could see it. Yeah. I would say because, Aquariuses are known to like live in their heads.
Yeah. Kind of dreamy.
Yeah, we're dreamy. We're kind of detached from emotions a lot.
You can get detached from reality.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Or can I? Yeah. So, I mean, and you said the other one was like Pisces was number one.
Pisces was number 1. Then it was Gemini, which I could see Gemini.
Yeah, they're split personalities.
And then Sagittarius is 3, and then Aquarius is 4.
Who's the 5th one? Do you remember the 5th one?
I don't remember the 5th one, but I can see it.
Yeah.
Like
Capricorn. Capricorn. Fucking dead on the inside ass. Dexter Morgan motherfucker. So that's funny because my girlfriend is a Pisces. So
don't piss her off.
The Clampets better watch out about throwing their shit in the yard.
Y'all just can't have kids, or you can't get pregnant with a kid at a certain time of year.
Yeah. Well, she's such a sweetheart. Like, I would be surprised I was kind of surprised when you said that. It's like,
well, the thing with like serial killers, like
until they're fucking not.
Until they're not, yeah. But like serial killers, like most of them are like based off of like childhood drama or trauma rather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Ted Bundy went around like killing women because he was messed with by a woman when he was a kid.
Yeah, wasn't his like mom mean to him or something like that?
His mom was mean to him and like that. So like he said, "Fuck women." He was like the woman killer. You know what I mean? Like he killed over like 70 women.
Yeah, I feel like, and he was like a good-looking guy too.
Yeah, like he was his own lawyer. Like he broke out of prison twice in 2 different states. You know what I mean?
Like, why are you giving this guy an opportunity?
Like they allowed him to like full range to the libraries to get his own case together, this and that, and like one guard got distracted by a woman and he jumped 2 stories out of a window and ran to Florida.
I would too.
This motherfucker ran to Florida.
Ran to Florida, stayed.
Forrest Gump that motherfucker.
Yeah, he was on the run for 6 months and he killed like 6 women in that 6 months.
That's crazy. Yeah, and you know what was crazy? Because I didn't watch the whole thing on Netflix about it. You know, Netflix loves
The
fucking
Zac
Ted
Efron
Bundy.
movie?
No, I didn't watch that one. I'm talking about the actual like
Documentary,
real life
yeah.
footage.
Which was
And
even scarier.
like he was getting like fan mail, like chicks was wanting to smash and
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, like there was like
The bitches is crazy.
Yeah,
like what makes you want to be with a serial killer? He's just so
choke
dreamy.
me.
choke me like he
choke
means
me.
it. He's gonna choke me like he
BDSM.
means it. Yeah, I don't know. Like I like regular sex. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't.
I don't
know.
You don't have
elbow
to
in your
choke
throat.
me out. You don't have to tie me up. Yeah. I don't.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. So you would say there's damn.
There's like a fantasy about it.
It's fantasies, yeah. So that's basically what it is.
It's like watching a movie. Like you want to be with that character, the actor, not the character.
You want to
know
have
what I
the
mean?
balls to do it. Or be around that.
Did y'all ever watch Mindhunters on Netflix?
No.
No.
Dude,
Somebody
you
told
need-
Star to watch it though.
Yeah, because it's basically it was the beginning. These 2 FBI agents. They created the FBI's profiling of serial killers. They
Okay.
talked to like Son of Sam, John Wayne Gacy, I think, Charles Manson.
Mhm.
With Charles Manson, I think he gets too
Yeah.
much love. He didn't actually fucking do shit.
No,
He
he
just
got.
talk motherfuckers into doing shit.
Which is that scarier?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
Speaking of Charles Manson, you know how he had kids with random people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I used to work at a warehouse in Portland, Tennessee,
Okay.
and my supervisor looked just like Charles Manson. I was like, "Bro,
Huh.
you look just like Charles Manson." He was like, "You wanna know something crazy?" I was like,
No. Not
maybe.
particularly.
It was like my mom was in California and she was part of his cult and actually got pregnant by so that's actually my dad. And I was like, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
No. He showed me
I'm gonna need to see the 23andMe.
no, like legit. He showed me his driver's license, and then he showed me a picture of his driver's license, both of them compared, and I was like, "Bruh, like if you put a swastika on your forehead, you
Yeah.
would."
So do you think it's genetic or something, or like nature versus nurture, or do you think nah, this is like something special?
I think it's where you got to take the perfect storm of a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, being fucked with when they were a kid or seeing shit, and then, you know, and that with them just growing and growing, and then something just click.
They all lack empathy.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you can't think of
You
somebody.
can't go around killing motherfuckers and be like,
I feel bad about it. Aw, him dead.
shouldn't
Like,
have
nah,
killed
shit.
him like that.
So, I did a little bit of because we were talking about this. I wanted to like do not like a book report, but kind of like tell you guys about the not favorite serial killer, but the guy who freaked me the fuck out the most as a kid.
Yeah.
His name was Angel Maturino Resendez, and I'm probably murdering that name.
You do
that
not have a
motherfucker up.
Spanish tongue.
Yeah, I don't speak Spanish at all. I did listen to a Bad Bunny song last night, but you know that is what it is.
Yeah.
But he was also known as the railroad killer or the rail car killer.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, and he murdered as many as 23 people across Mexico and the U.S. during the 90s.
You know he killed more in Mexico.
Yeah.
Had to have.
Well, what he would do is he would use the railroad to evade police. So he would just jump off the train, and like when it stopped, he would murder people. And
He murdered people and then take their Tylenol.
no, but that's what he would do, dude. So he would sit and he would eat, like after he killed the people, he would eat them because he was like basically a hobo. So he would like eat people's food, and then he would like read their driver's license to like learn about the person that he just murdered. and then he would like get all his shit together and like hop on the train and gone to the next town. So like the police could never catch him because he was like. And what freaked me out about him is that we lived by a train, like when all this shit was in Hendersonville, that ran by the park, and that's why it always freaked me out. Like, dude, this motherfucker could easily come through Tennessee, come through Hendersonville, and murk. And he would hit people. What did they say? He killed at least 15 people with a pickaxe. Or other blunt object that they had around, so like this Buddha statue.
You don't want to do nothing easy. Like, I want to feel this.
Yeah, like he got off on it. So he would he would also eat people's food, but then he would like steal their jewelry and then like give it to his wife. He sold a lot of it, but it's like some pieces he gave to his wife.
Was traveling with him?
No, she was back in Mexico.
So he'd mail it back to her.
Yeah, or like go, whenever he went back home.
Keep tabs on your spouses and shit.
Yeah,
they just disappear for weeks on end.
And come up with a bunch of fucking gold rings, some jewelry.
Some jewelry for you, baby.
What the fuck?
So he stole jewelry. And he sold it. He would like melt it down some, but he was finally identified by the FBI, and he was placed on the 10 most wanted list.
Time
to hit back. But he was actually caught by a Texas Ranger named Drew Carter in 1999.
Texas Ranger.
Yeah, I think that was shortly after Chuck Norris retired from the force.
So you sure wasn't Walker? Yeah.
No, he roundhouse kicked that motherfucker in the face. It was like, you're done.
Yeah. Knock him into atoms.
And I just, like I said, I remember just being terrified by this guy because, this was something that just the idea, like, I know how trains work, and you can easily, like, just get away with this shit.
Well, and seeing, I can see where you'd see that shit and then be spooked about it. Like, when we, lived in East Nashville, and we'd watch Unsolved Mysteries and shit.
Yeah,
and,
dude.
Robert Stack come on, man. Niggas be locking the door.
Yeah, lock the door.
Shit. It's like, oh, fuck. And you know what? When we lived in the house where I seen the Uncle Chigger at, that's where I really first started seeing Unsolved Mysteries. And man, that fucking shit spooked me the
impeccable
hell out.
timing.
Yeah, freaky ass timing.
I was like, what the hell, man? No, that don't fuck with your head.
Talking about your guy, like, so you said he was a hobo and he's eating people. Do you think?
No, he didn't eat people. He ate their food. Like he would just like go make a bowl of fucking Cheerios while this person's like dead, laying in the
grabbing their cans of tuna fish and shit.
Yeah, and then like reading their driver's license and stuff, like learning about them.
That's.
Well, most serial killers, I know this is from Dexter, and I'm assuming they got it from like real life, is that they would take trophies to like commemorate the people.
Or their earlobe or finger or something.
No, that's the KKK. That's the Klan.
Ain't that serial though?
Emmett Till this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people like to leave a trophy. You know what I mean? Like some people leave like a lipstick or leave a little green soldier or whatever. Like some little memento or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like that would put you in risk for getting caught.
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Nope.
I would take I think Dexter had like the greatest thing. Like, he just took your blood and like chopped you up, like took your little blood spatter,
and then chopped you up through
y'all watch Dexter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Great fucking show. Like he kills killers. So he's like the guy you root for.
But superhero.
Super Negro.
So I got a question. If Dexter dies and goes to heaven, what's his talk with God like?
I did what you said before.
You're a serial killer, but you kill killers.
Yeah, I feel like he served his purpose.
Yeah, clean up the earth.
Touche.
But Dexter didn't really strike me as a religious type.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was killing on Sunday too.
Yeah. He didn't take the Sabbath off. He just kept going. So I feel like most of these serial killers, if you don't count like gang members or something, like most serial killers are white men.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Do you think that plays into like the power aspect?
I think it's more of they're unassuming. If you look at Ted Bundy and then you get a nigga with, teardrops and shit all over his head, you'd be like, pick the killer. You're gonna be like, that one.
Yeah, it's the guy.
Yeah.
For example, like police sketches. He was a big eyes, big nose, big lips.
Yeah.
To go to the hood, that's anybody.
Right.
You know what I mean?
BNBG, big nigga, big gun.
Yeah. So just going off of stereotypes, but yeah.
Well, I feel like so gang members, typically your typical black gang member, that's more of a crime of like trying to like survive. That's a survival.
Try to
Yeah.
fit in,
Well, that's a
survive.
family feel to it. It's a fucked up family feel, but you're fitting in where a serial killer per se is acting out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They have
Like,
dark fantasies and
yeah.
shit.
They got,
Yeah, like you're trying to survive, whatever. Pretty much like what he's saying. Like you're trying to fit in if you're in a gang, whatever. Like, or
Yeah.
you need a family structure and you don't have it at home. That's why you go
Yeah.
outside to get it.
you got in your eyes positive male,
Influence, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? You got your OG who's teaching you
Right.
everything, you know what I mean? Opposed
Your
to,
dad's not there, but this guy is, and he's a
Yeah.
stone cold fucking killer.
Yeah. You're gonna be a bad motherfucker.
So my thing was more of crime of, I'm selling drugs. This guy is selling drugs on my turf. I have to kill him so my family can keep living.
that's
Can keep
survival.
That's respect too,
Yeah.
You somebody selling drugs on your corner, then
You're fucked up.
You done fucked up.
You taking money out of my pocket.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
I can't go back to my, hood or my gang and them look at me like, damn, man, you let that dude take your spot. Then
Yeah.
Lose your rep, your career,
Yeah.
your
Well,
clout.
like the mafia, the same way. Like there's mafia people kill 50 people, but they're a business about it, so they get
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, but see, like, they're killing people because they got disrespected. You know what I mean? Opposed
Yeah.
to, I want to kill you.
Yeah, like they're not. I'm assuming after like the first one, you're like it's kind of like the utility of it goes down, right? So the first one's like, oh shit, I just killed somebody, but after your 15th person,
Yeah,
you're
you're
like, dude, this is
like,
business. I'm clocking in.
Yeah,
It's
I
a
want to
job
work.
opposed to you get off on it.
Well, that's how those Mexicans do, like in like the actual gangs, the cartels. Yeah. Like we went to Mexico. Me and Brittany went to Mexico, and there was this dude selling drugs on the beach.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was like, "Hey, man, how much for some mota?"
Right.
And this guy pulled. First off, it was way overpriced, so I didn't get any. But he had like
'Cause you're
he had like a charm of a sickle, like the Grim Reaper. Fucking bedazzled ass Grim Reaper. He had the biggest ball of cocaine in this mason jar. And he was like, "Oh man, it's like 50 for 8th or something." I was like, "Dude, that's too much. I'm only here for a few days. I don't need all that."
You
Like,
grew that across the street.
yeah, that's
man.
some bullshit, anyways. But they were just walking around like openly on the beach, and it wasn't Cancun. It was like I forget exactly where it was, but it was like near Cancun, and they're just openly doing it. Like they didn't give a fuck.
Ain't nobody gonna stop him.
No, nobody's
Huh.
stopping at all. Like they have earned their rep of like they'll fucking kill you.
But yeah, how you did your little book report. I did one, but mine was like a female. Like
Yeah.
Guinness Book World Records, most kills by a woman. And she was actually the Countess of Hungary.
Hungry.
Hungary, however you say it.
I'm
didn't-
hungry, so it
Yeah. I didn't pass social studies, guys. So
clearly.
Yeah.
No.
But like
USA.
yeah.
So she was a countess. This isn't like an American thing. So this
No.
is like
And this is in like 1590 between 1610. You know what I mean?
so like Count Dracula's old lady, basically.
Basically, actually, funny you say that because they called her the vampire.
Mm.
But like, once her dad died under mysterious reasons, she became the
Yeah,
Countess,
sure.
She
right?
killed that nigga.
Yeah,
like,
gotta go.
This bitch had a castle and acres and acres. So like, she would take servants, little girls at first, girls, and then young women. And what she'd do is like, she'd hang them and then tie them up on a cross, and then get a big ass bath underneath and like slice their throat and just bathe in their blood, whatever.
Jesus.
That's some
And,
special
like,
shit there.
Yeah, that's extra.
And it's debated on how much or how many people she actually killed. Because once she graduated to like from girls, she just went to did everybody. She got servants from everybody. You know what I mean? She'll put like, no, they don't have fucking Craigslist, but like she'll go out just get jobs. Like, hey, you need a job? I need a servant. I'll pay you this, whatever. I pay your family this.
Ah, fuck 'em.
Yeah, and like they'll leave
Right.
their family, work for her, die that night, and then the next day she's going to do another one. But it's debated in that 20 years how many people she killed, and so they know for sure it's 650.
650 fucking people, dude.
in
Like
20 year span.
that's like compulsive at that
Yeah,
point.
you just enjoy seeing them
Like
dying
seeing
and-
suffer.
Like
Yeah.
at first it was like the
Fear.
shock of it. So she'd do it once and then she'd wait a couple months, do it again, wait a couple months. Her last 2 years, she was doing it like 2 people a night. You know what I mean?
Well, you gotta think like that's before forensics and
Oh, yeah.
and if you're a wealthy countess, like They're not, nobody's even looking at you like,
No, like you're paying politicians. So
yeah. So there's no way to actually track because the people like, I forget who the guy was in New York, but he was a police commissioner or whatever, and he created, the photography thing where like basically the first criminal database in New York. That shit wasn't until like 1930, like 1920-ish.
that's insane.
Back in the day, you
you
just
could-
got away with shit.
You could really get away with murdering somebody like it ain't nothing.
And like people going missing, that was the thing. You know what I mean? Like it was kid's gone. Let's make another
field somewhere.
Yeah.
Let's make another one. You know what I mean? So it's like I couldn't imagine living life like that though. But fuck.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think. Like I said, and they had more kids, so people had more kids because you're raising a farm, so you could lose one or two.
Yeah, you get married at 13. By the time you're 20, you already got 5 kids. So I could see.
Yeah, and I know Vlad the Impaler, who is commonly known as Dracula. He eventually he lined, I think it was like a mile or something of people towards his castle. He just impaled them like up the ass and like through the fucking neck, and there's like a mile of like his victims.
God bless.
I don't know why he did it, but he just snapped.
Just to show his power. Like, look.
Yeah, like that's
when you came to
person.
his shit, you knew that, man, I better not fuck around.
Pay your taxes. That's like Ramsay fucking Snow, Ramsay Bolton from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Pay your taxes.
Pay your taxes.
I'm a fucking, what is it? What did he do?
He flayed him.
Yeah, flayed. Yeah.
And fed them to the dogs and shit like that.
Yeah, fed them to your dog. So you got to think, imagine how being flayed feels. Like I got like a cut on my elbow last night. That shit hurt. It still irritates me.
Yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, God bless. You talking about just being peeled?
Yeah,
Like cutting your chest down and just ripping it open.
Just ripping
like
it open.
autopsy style.
Yeah. I wonder if this Angel Martinez, or not Martinez.
Hernandez.
Sorry, I'm not being stereotypical here. Angel Maturino Resendez. I wonder if he like took his time with it, or he just like, I'm hungry, whack, and like bounced, or like ate and bounced. Or he like
also
take his
wonder
time.
how did he find? I mean, pick the people out just as soon as he hopped off the train. Hey, you whack,
Yeah.
Did he go for the easiest person or the most difficult person?
I feel like all serial killers go for the easy, right?
Yeah, go for the person that's alone and ain't got, the old lady, the old man, or some shit like that. You don't want to pick the biggest nigga, some Debo looking ass nigga. I'm gonna kill him.
I wonder.
Challenge.
I wonder if there is gonna be somebody one day who's like, this guy's fucking murdering nothing but 6'8" football players. Like,
don't nobody want that much work. Don't nobody want that much work. Like, damn, I just want to kill somebody.
Yeah, even in nature, like the lions pick off the baby gazelles. They don't go after the full-grown elks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or
That's like
the rhinos.
Like Ted Bundy, the last 3 girls he killed, he went to a college dorm after a party and they're all sleeping, and he went in there, raped them, and then bashed their head in.
Yeah.
And so
that was like sexual crime then.
Yeah, like every girl he raped
killed,
all
he
of them. Raped them, then killed them, and killed them as he's raping them at the same time too. So
yeah, that's hardcore.
Yeah, that's a special brand.
Who was the one that ate people?
Oh,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, Dahmer. Yeah,
Dahmer. Like,
put that shit in stews and
put
boil
him in,
a
like,
motherfucker.
Yeah, barrels of acid in his apartment, and just would eat their ears, their fucking balls, and all that shit.
Yeah, that's like, what in your childhood makes you say, you know what's a great idea? You know what'd be really fun? Something that would get your rocks off?
Well, he was molested by his uncle, so that's why he was gay, and he was picking up little boys down the alleyways.
So he was only diddling little boys.
Yeah.
And then murking them.
Maybe like 15, 16 years old.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, all this stuff, it comes from like a childhood trauma,
childhood-based
something. Like if you meet a girl with daddy issues, more than likely she was molested as a kid, or something like that. Who's just turned into a whore now. Now she just fucking handing it out like Johnny Appleseeds. You know what's crazy is that since there's 2,000 serial killers, that they don't really talk about it anymore, right? So like in the 70s, when Son of Sam, Jeffrey Dahmer,
was
like
the
all these
craze.
people. Like it was a craze. Like the news, the Zodiac killer. Like it was the news dictating where it would go. But now everything's all political. They're so focused on like the election and like
Rona.
Well, especially too back then, man. No, everybody's been desensitized to everything to where now somebody killed 7 motherfuckers, you'd be like,
yeah.
Back in the day, they'd be like, fuck, really people being scared.
Like people were really scared back in the day. Like that was scary shit. Oh damn, there's somebody in my neighborhood that's picking people off. You know what I mean? To where now there's how many movies have you seen about serial killers? How many movies have you seen slasher movies?
How many shows and all that shit.
I mean, I feel like that's a good point. We're so desensitized that like the story about the 30 kids being found in a trailer park in Arkansas or Alabama or something barely was even a blip. But if it was in the 70s, like a 30 kids being rescued from sex trafficking, it should be a bigger story.
Oh, they talked about it for 2 months.
Yeah, but this got like just one mention, maybe one article written about it, and then it moved on. Like,
and that's horrible, man. Because 30 different kids. That those families, all of them were looking. For their children.
Yeah, the stress.
And how do they? And my thing is, how do they even pick up which ones to go off of? Because I saw a story, like a magazine with John Benet Ramsey, like last week in the grocery store. Like that little girl been dead since the 90s. Like, why is she still getting? But the little girl in like Philadelphia who escaped her captor chewed through her duct tape and like ran home and was at home watching herself on the news being a missing person. That's a little black kid. Nobody hardly ever hear of that.
Yeah, like she was kidnapped and back home within like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Watching
That's insane. That's literally insane, man.
So how do they even pick? Like, I feel like she deserves more of a.
She should get a medal.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Well, also too, that child had that survival instinct in him to where, no, motherfucker, not today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You're not telling what that little girl seen in Philly. Like, fuck that.
Like, I'm coming home.
My cartoon's about to come on. Ren and Stimpy's about to come
I gotta
on.
get there. And I think they just pick off the weakest children, the ones that ain't being watched. That's why they say watch your kids. You know what I'm saying? You got a young teenage girl that's never been, all by herself, or you see her walking to school by herself, and you always see this child with nobody around. That's
why you gotta watch kids, man.
You put yourself out there in a spot, man.
Well, speaking of the Ramsey girl, it's not so much serial killer, but a serial rapist. Jessalyn Maxwell.
Oh yeah, Epstein's sidekick.
She was legit at her last pageant show, and
really?
Yeah, there's pictures of it. She's at her last pageant show, and then the next thing you know, she's dead a couple days later.
Dude, I don't know if
I ain't saying this.
If they actually were killing people or just I don't think they were killing people.
No,
they were
that's
just
why I said serial
being,
rapist.
Yeah,
just molesting little girls.
But you got to think, dude. With all those, there was a show on Netflix. I never watched it, but it's like Cuties or whatever. It's got those little girls like twerking or whatever on national TV. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they're all like 10, 11.
Yeah. Like, I'd be afraid to even click on that. Like, they're following me, my clicks. Like, I'm not watching that shit.
Watching your searches.
Yeah, like, ask fucking Jared from Subway how fucking clicking on shit goes. Like, that'll get you hemmed up.
No,
like you could have the best storyline ever, and I'm not watching that shit.
And I got a daughter, man. I ain't watching that shit. That'd be the last thing.
I got 3 daughters. I'd be damned.
So you gotta think, like, are these people like in these pageant shows, like, are they being screened or are they just being let in? Like anybody can come, like pay your ticket and you can watch a child beauty pageant?
Me myself, I think if you're putting your daughter out there like that, there's something wrong with that. Just
like
to begin
stage
with.
moms.
Yeah.
Why do you want your 5-year-old to look 20?
Yeah, I don't know.
Something off about that, man.
Hypersexualization.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with you wanting to make your daughter feel special and all that stuff, but there's got to be better ways to go about that. To me,
yeah, there's got to be a line in the sand that I'm not gonna
let her be a kid. There's no reason to,
Now this is probably a biased thing, but like it stresses me the hell out when Bea puts makeup on, or I get pictures of Asia and she's got makeup on. It's like, no, take that shit off your face. Like, stop.
Well, how old is Bea?
Bea is 6 and Asia is 7.
See, that's too young.
That's what I'm saying.
like,
I'm like,
they don't need to be
no.
putting on makeup. Like, I never really thought of myself as like a hardcore, like, no, you can't, like, but little kids, like, they're just,
Let them be kids.
yeah.
Well, and also too, I told my daughter May, she once you get to like middle school, high school, to where like you're gonna be outcast as a girl because you're not, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can do it then. Not that I want you walking around the house, painting your face all the damn time. But if it's to keep you, your confidence high to where you're just trying to fit in at that point, especially high school, man. You don't
want to be the girl not wearing makeup with hairy legs. You know what I mean?
They
So
gonna wear your
they'll
ass
wear
out.
you out. Well, I mean, hell, now like I was saying a few videos ago, like you couldn't, when we were coming up, you had to be on point all the time. Like you couldn't show up to school in Goodwill clothes or anything.
No,
so I was that guy.
Yeah,
in high school.
Yeah, but now you can, and now it's like okay, like
that's the look.
Yeah,
everybody's poor now. You know what I'm saying?
That's true too. Yeah,
everybody broke.
The government wore us all down.
Yeah, fuck it. You got clothes on.
Thanks, Bush. Thanks, Obama. Thanks, Trump. Making the wars down. Yeah, at least when Bill Clinton was president, everybody had on Carl Knock.
Starter was it. Tommy Hilfiger.
Gangster.
All right, guys, that's 30 minutes, man.
That's 30 minutes?
Yeah, dude. Super fast. I really enjoyed this. So we're gonna make kind of a series of true crime because I think this is really fascinating stuff. Yeah. But if you guys have anybody that you would like us to talk about or touch on, leave it in the comments.
We'll do our research.
And we'll do our little research on it. But yeah, that's it. So like, subscribe. Thank you for watching. And as always, be mixed.